Cool. Today I'll tell you about a cordless leaf blower from a marketplace. I'll show you how well it works and whether it's worth buying. There are a million versions on every marketplace. They might differ in some way, but I didn't bother too much. This particular one comes in a cardboard box. There are also double-sided instructions in English and Chinese. The Type-C cable is kind of short. There's a rubber nozzle. And of course, the leaf blower itself. Dimensions and specification. This thing weighs 185 G. It's almost 13 centimeters long, 129.8 centimeters. The body thickness is 46 by 20 days. The diameter of the fan itself is 38 centimeters. There's a light under the fan. There. Four speeds. The maximum RPM is 120,000 minutes. The power is stated at 180 W. It's turned on by pressing. To turn it on, you need to click once and then the speed cycle through. First, second, third. To activate the fourth turbo speed, you need to hold down the on button. The battery lasts for, the product card states that it can run for up to 2 hours on a single charge. But it feels like it can only last 2 hours at best as a flashlight. The only indicator light is a single light above the charging port. The red one indicates charging, the green one is charging. There's no indicator light. At first I thought the indicator light blinked after powering down, but it always blinks 2 dots, regardless of the charge level. When the battery runs low, it just abruptly shuts off and shows no signs of light. I actually thought it was broken because when I connected it to the charger, there was no response. It turns out it wouldn't charge with a normal thick cable. I had to get this thin one. The nozzle is held in place by a It locks in place and turns until it clicks. If you put on the included contraption, it falls off at the slightest touch. This doesn't happen to men often, maybe once in 5. In reviews on marketplaces, people often point the airflow at the scale. I'm not sure that makes sense, but I don't mind. As for the nozzles, a rubber one is included, plus 3D printed ones are sold separately. With the possible exception of the nozzle for inflating mattresses, they're all useless.
Crap, they
just reduce efficiency. The impeller has a limit to the pressure it can develop, so the excess is forced back, roughly making the flow stalls and air starts recirculating. That is, if you attach some narrow nozzle to the nozzle, the air will simply escape from the back. Whereas without the nozzle, everything works fine. It takes air from the back and squirts it along the app. Without the nozzle, it's basically like a pocket fin. What could this thing be useful for? It's great for cleaning elements, cars and nuances, and various equipment, starting fires, and even blowing on barbecue grills. It can be useful in the workshop even if you have a compressor. Other times you can just blow it right into the air from the workbench. I also use this thing when pouring hot glue for a certain part. I didn't have to wait for the glue to cool and harden. I just blew it on and it was done. To give you an idea of its power, I'll show you how it works in a bowl of expanded clay. So pros. Cons, nuances. Pros. It is small, lightweight, but quite powerful. It costs less than $10 these days. Comes with a flashlight. Again, a small thing, but it's nice to reach inside the housing, blow through something, and immediately illuminate it. Very convenient. Cool. Cons. The nozzle is held in place by magnet. Well, kind of cool, but not very practical. Sure, you could secure it in place with a high-tech method, but it's not that great. Another annoying thing is that you have to hold down the button to turn it off. That's what really irritates me, the constant back and forth. It turns it on, but you have to hold it down to turn it back on. I think it's inconvenient that they couldn't have included a second button. Another annoying thing is the lack of a battery charge indicator. That's about it. One caveat I'd note is that they often sell them for much more with a set of different attachments. They're all useless, so don't overpay. Ultimately, this thing won't replace a full-fledged blowgun connected to a compressor. And if your equipment is really dirty, of course, a can of compressed air is also a small ideal for most small tasks. Not to mention that this thing is much cheaper than buying those cans. And if you're in an apartment, for example, installing a compressor is a bit of a hassle. And you don't really need one to blow out a key. For the price, it's a pretty nice little thing. I recommend buying it and giving it a try. And also, if anyone's ever used one of these, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let me know in the comments how much it costs, or maybe not. Well, that's all. If you don't mind, give it a like and subscribe. Good luck to everyone.
Keep up the good work, man. My information might come in handy.